It's your boy Big Baby Miller here. Listen, we knocking on all bums. First it's going to be Dylan White, if it's going to be Joseph Parker. But you know who got the story right? Mr. Boxing Today. You check him out. He got all the latest news on the heavyweight division. And if you don't know me, you soon will. Because I'm kicking everybody ass.
Right now. Already ready. Let's go, champ. Let's go, champ. Let's go, champ.
Heavyweight boxing, please watch Mr. Heavyweight Boxing Today.
Hey, what's up, man? This is Chris, the Nightmare Ariel, and you're watching Mr. Boxing.
Heavyweight boxing fans, what's the deal? First, let me give a shout out to the Boxing Voice. All right, let me give a shout out to the Boxing Voice. I seen an interview they conducted with Stacey McKinley. Most of you guys know McKinley from train Mike Tyson. He's trained Povetkin. He's trained some of every damn body, a lot of heavyweights throughout his career. All right. He trains Trevor Bryan right now. Trevor Bryan is the WBA interim title holder. He won that strap against, he fought BJ Flores, all right, and he beat Flores. I think that was last month he beat up BJ Flores, all right. And in that interview, McKinley was saying that and I didn't know this, man. Now, I heard about him and Jarrell Miller going back and forth about contracts and all that type of stuff. They've had their history. I've covered that through, you know, on this channel, the history between Trevor Bryan and Jarrell Miller. They actually sparred with each other too down there at the Heavyweight Factory. I have that footage also on this page. If you haven't seen it already, just type it in the search box. So I knew about them, you know, contract disputes, but then he also brought up that his fighter, Trevor Bryan, signed a contract to fight Dominic Breazeale, and nothing happened. He said his fighter also signed a contract to fight Stiverne, and nothing happened. All right, so I didn't know that. You know what I mean? So now, he didn't really specify when this took place. It was just kind of like a broad answer. He was just like, hey, my guy has signed to fight certain guys, and once my guy signs, these other guys don't sign to fight him. Now, whether those guys had bigger and better opportunities, for whatever reason, they didn't sign their portion of the contract. I got to give Trevor Bryan his props, because I didn't know that he signed on to fight Dominic Breazeale ever. I did not know that, or Stiverne. You know what I mean? And he said that that Don King offered Gregory Bad News Corbin a fight. They offered him a fight, and Corbin has not signed the contract as of yet. So I'm not sure what's going on. I actually spoke to Greg. We messaged each other a few weeks ago, man. He said he was signing, or I'm sorry, that he was not signing, but he was preparing for a big fight. That's what he told me. All right. But I haven't communicated with him in a few weeks, like I said. So, but yeah, all this is according to Stacey McKinley. All right. So it was an interesting interview. I'll leave it in the comment section. You can click it, listen to it, come to your own surmise about it. But just looking at these WBA rankings right here, obviously Anthony Joshua is the super champion. He has a fight coming up this Saturday with Povetkin. Manuel Charr had a fight coming up September 29th. And as you guys know of the news as of today, he tests positive for 2 anabolic steroids. All right. If you guys didn't hear about that, go look it up. It's all over the internet right now. So allegedly that fight is off the table, and I'm quite sure they're going to strip Manuel Charr of his regular WBA strap. Myself, I'm getting tired of all these interim titles and regular titles. I wish they would just get rid of this shit. The WBA said that they were trying to eradicate these little minor titles in their sanctioning body, and they've yet to do it. You know what I mean? So, but it is what it is, I guess, for right now, man. I'm just throwing out what I heard Stacey McKinley say. So you look at the rankings, like I said, you have Trevor Bryan. He's #1 on their rankings right now. This is the official WBA website. He is rated #1. He's the interim champ. 2 is Povetkin. 3, Breazeale. I'm not sure what Fred is going to do, man. This dude has been owed a WBA regular title shot since 2014 when him and Chigayev fought for the strap. It was a very close fight, and they had a rematch scheduled. And then Breazeale had some injuries. He had a lot of injuries, man. And then he had fights scheduled with a few fighters, and guys have had drug testing issues. Shannon Briggs and now Manuel Charr, and Lucas Brown had a drug testing issue coming up, you know, when he was going to fight Briggs, and Breazeale was going to wait for the winner and all this shit. Man, this shit's going on if this doesn't take place this year, we're going on 5 years, man. half a decade that this dude has still not fought for this regular title, man. But yeah, Breazeale number 3. And that's if you think he deserves a ranking or not. I'm just going by what he was promised in 2014, which was a rematch. All right. Jarrell Miller number 4. He has a fight coming up with Thomas Adamek in October. Number 5, Dillian White. Number 6, Derek Chisora. 7, Otto Wallen. 8, Brian Jennings. 9, Guillermo Jones. Guillermo Jones was a beast at cruiserweight back in the day, but he has somehow, some way in their top 10. BJ Flores, who's also in the top 10. I don't know, man. This is just ridiculous rankings in my opinion. Flores, to me, his best days are behind him. He was rated higher than this, believe it or not. I think he was 4 or 5 when him and Trevor Bryan fought, and he lost that fight. He got blown out in that fight, and they still have him in their top 10. All right. Christian Hammer number 11. I think Christian Hammer should be rated higher than Flores and Jones, to tell you the truth. Alexander Usanov number 12. Undefeated Bogdan Dinu 13. Joe Joyce, silver medalist, and Christopher Lovejoy, who trains out of the Mayweather gym, who is 14-0, all 14 wins by knockouts. He has not fought anybody of note thus far. I think he only fought one guy with a winning record. So he is still, I think he still needs to fight like an Avery Gibson, John Bolden, Jonathan Rice, somebody like that, in my opinion. A higher tier, some higher tier journeyman level guys. But he looks big as hell in the gym. Look like he has very heavy hands, you know what I mean, from what I've seen of his training and clips that I've seen of Christopher Lovejoy. But yeah, this is the top 15 right here. Who do you guys think that Trevor Bryan should fight next? Do you think that I think that he should just go ahead and fight Breazeale. So that way they can just unify, I guess, this interim strap with the regular strap, and then one person could just, have claim to that, and then the winner can get, if it's Anthony Joshua or Povetkin, whoever has the super title, eventually get their shot at that title. I'm not saying it should be next, because I want undisputed as soon as possible, but climb their way up to be a mandatory position for that strap, you know what I mean? But yeah, I did not know, man, that Trevor Bryan team, or him and his team, has signed contracts to fight certain guys, and for whatever reason those guys chose to do other things. All right, so I'm just getting this news out there, man. Now, this does not mean that these guys are scared of Trevor Bryan. All right, I'm not saying that, but I did not know that he signed to fight a lot of these guys, and for whatever reason they chose to do other things. All right. Corbin, I guess we'll sit back and wait and see what he wants to do as far as signing on to fight Trevor Bryan. I think it'd be a good opportunity for him. He was a really good amateur back in the day. Right now, he's still undefeated as a pro. Heavy hands, so, and a lot of these dudes, man, besides Breazeale, but I know Corbin, Miller, Stiverne, Bryan, they've all sparred and trained at the heavyweight factory. I think they've all sparred together, to tell you the truth. I know I've seen Corbin spar Shannon Briggs down there at the heavyweight factory. Trevor Bryan and Jarrell Miller have sparred. I know Stiverne was down there sparring with those guys, Trevor Bryan and Shannon Briggs, and so a lot of there's some history here, but you guys let me know what you think in the comment section. I'm gone.